Hello there and welcome to SME Point. My name is Diabosito. Thank you so much for staying with SABC News. So as the shift to cleaner and more sustainable ways of commuting expands, a local entrepreneur, Nicholas Hall, has found his place in the new yet growing electric bikes market. Hall designs and manufactures electric bikes where, according to Modo Intelligence, the local market is projected to register a compound annual growth rate of 4.35%. The market is projected to reach about $56.7 billion this year. Hall believes that the ground is fertile for South Africa to create jobs and to grow the economy through the manufacturing of electric bikes to service different industries. Take a look. After working for more than 30 years in the automotive industry, Nicholas Hall had gathered enough experience and knowledge to ride out on his own. Hall says he was fully aware of the challenges of getting into a bike industry that is constantly changing. He began his journey with a 2,000-watt bike to a now 8,000-watt bike, as well as many other collaborations.
Petrol's on its way out, electric's on its way in. It's a virgin territory. It allows somebody like me to be able to find my feet, do some R&D, and as long as I can stay ahead of the game, I can stay ahead of all of the big players. A lot of the big manufacturers have taken a long time to convert from petrol to electric for a lot of reasons. You know, they've got parts coming out of their ears, they've got engines, gearboxes, all of those kind of things which they just can't dispose of. Whereas with me, it was a blank canvas.
Although manufacturing locally has its own challenges, Hall says he has found a way to keep production costs down. Working from the premises of the John Orr Technical School in Johannesburg, Hall says where most developers are concerned with suitable charging ports, he has found a way around the regular 3-pin charge found in all South African households.
The range on the bikes, the affordability, the running costs, and all of those good things we've had to look at. And over the last 7 years, we've managed to get the cost of the bikes down. We've managed to get the performance stats up. We've managed to take a lot of technology and deploy it locally, where you've got a lot of guys in Europe and North America that spend a lot of time and a lot of money trying to perfect charging systems. Whereas, because we're in Africa, we use a 3-pin plug, 240 volt, unplug the toaster, plug in the bike plugs directly into the wall. It's got a built-in onboard charger. You can charge your bike up in under 2 hours. You can charge it from 20% to 80% in under 45 minutes. A full charge on the bike will get you 275 kilometers on a single charge, and it's a cost of R4.80 on the Eskom tariff.
Hall shares the challenges he encountered as he navigated a lesser-known territory, which include finding qualified workers with skills that are not yet available. He's currently training and upskilling 2 female engineering graduates who he says are instrumental in the development of the bikes.
I'm in an industry where nobody's qualified to be in the industry, so I've got to train people to get into an industry and then take those individuals and then have them grow with me, you know, in the business. The ladies that are with us now, qualified electrical engineering graduates, which was superb. Finding people that have got those kind of skills with the kind of passion that's required to stick around with somebody like me. I mean, we've had some really tough times. We've been an underfunded business from the day we started. And having people that are loyal enough to stick with you through the bad times and bad times and bad times. And now we're at a point where the bad times are going to be good times. Very few people are prepared to take that long road with you where there's no guarantee. They didn't arrive with a guarantee. They arrived with my dream and went, okay, like Martin Luther King, I have a dream as well. We'll come on in and let's see what we can do together. But having somebody devote the kind of time they've put into both the business and the product and the R&D is rare. And I'm lucky that the ladies that have supported me for all of this time have done that.
Hall says he sees other opportunities where other businesses like mobile media can tap into. And as fuel costs soar together with traffic congestion, it seems these electric bikes will soon become a must-have. Diabosito, SABC News, Johannesburg. Thank you so much to Nicholas Hall for sharing his story. And I'd love to hear what your views are about electric bikes. Is there someone in your area that is manufacturing or that is in the industry? Please write to us on Facebook. We are at SME Point. That is our handle on SME. And next we're going to talk about opportunities in the steam industry, where the international, or rather the Inspired African Women, a pioneering platform platform that champions women in STEAM, which is science, technology, engineering, and arts, as well as mathematics fields, are celebrating their unique experiences by fostering an environment of collaboration and inspiration. And we're also going to find out about what kind of entrepreneurial opportunities are there for you if you would like to venture into that area. And for that, we're going to speak to Ellen Fisher, who's with the Inspired African Women. Ellen, thank you so much for joining us on SME On Point. We really appreciate it. Tell us a little bit more about Inspired African Women and how women who are watching today can get into the industry, particularly what entrepreneurial opportunities are there.
Thank you so much. Inspiring African Women is a platform for women from Africa and women in the fields that you mentioned. We have been running this for about 6 years now, and we have a huge network of women that are in the sciences, they're academics, they are C-suite level executives, African women doing very inspiring work, not only by their career achievements, but also because all of them give back and are committed to inspiring the next generation of leaders. So we have a platform that connects all of our members, and we share opportunities with each other. The thing is when you're in business, so we also have some female tech founders, and I was really interested in seeing the session before this on the electrical bikes, because we have scientists, African scientists that are in the green hydrogen space, in the green economy space. And what we seek to do is to advocate for these women to be more proactive in going after these opportunities. So what we do as a platform is we bring people together that are looking for opportunities, and companies, and they could be international companies, they could be science forums that are looking for women with these unique skills. So that is, in general, that's what we do. We do a lot of advocacy.
Yeah. So these women that you put together with potential collaborators, what kind of challenges would they have had previously had they not joined your organization? If you try to do this by yourself and you say, I want to start a business within the STEAM industry, what kind of challenges do they normally encounter that you help them with?
So the biggest challenge is access to market. When you work for a company, you can come in and you can say, hi, I'm Ellen Fisher. I work for XYZ company. And you have this company that gives you some form of accreditation, if you like, or they endorse you. But when you go out on your own as a business, as an individual, and you start your business, there's a lot of doubt around, can this person deliver? Does she really have the qualities and the capacity to manage our projects and to render services? So what we do is, because we have so many industry contacts, and we're continuously advocating for more women and young girls to choose a vocation in the field of science, because that is where the world is: science, technology, innovation. And what we do is we open doors. So often women will have their business, they'll have years of work experience, but knocking on doors and actually getting into supply chain is a totally different ballgame on its own. So we support them around mentorship, around doing referrals, around making companies aware of the skill sets of the women that we have.
Yeah.
We support them on, like how they tender, how they do joint ventures with each other, and how to navigate this world when you move from being an employee to actually going out and becoming a business owner and an entrepreneur.
Yeah. So the field of science on its own is obviously historically known to be one where men venture into. How do you still groom women in this field while still maintaining their femininity? Because while they will still work and go with their toolbox and whatnot, obviously they're not men, they're women. Are there programs that you help them so that they do carry themselves like the powerful women that they are?
Absolutely. We always like to tell them that their unique ability, their femininity is what they bring to the table. So when we talk about diversity and inclusion, what we're actually talking about is not only from a gender perspective, but also from a thinking perspective. So you're absolutely right. These fields are very much male dominated, and women bring things to this discussion like, have we consulted all stakeholders? How will our construction affect the community around us? If we want to get more women in construction, for example, so the ladies that are part of our group that are engineers, very skilled engineers, they make sure when they stand up and talk, it's easier for a young woman or a younger girl when she sees someone who looks like her, who sounds like her, but who's doing something that she thought was impossible. That's how we try and inspire young girls, and we also offer mentorship. So you may be a young engineer, but you don't know how to promote yourself within the organization or the business. And we kind of take you on a step-on journey of how do you position yourself, how do you build your confidence, how do you negotiate what you want from your job role or otherwise from a contract.
Yeah. In this 1.5 minute that I have left, I would like to use it for you to give us tips for those that are watching, that are already pioneering and getting into that industry, about some of maybe 2 or 3 important things that you should have as you embark in this entrepreneurial journey as a woman.
So the first thing is to make sure that you have support at home, because, we're moms, we're caregivers. You need to have support because your business will take up all of your time and more. Make sure that you connect to a group of other business women or like-minded women, people that will support you on your journey, because it's lonely. And also don't be afraid to ask. Go in there confidently with your skills, but don't be afraid to ask when there's things you don't know. And that's why it's so important that you make sure that you're part of a network, because you may be exceptionally skilled in your scientific knowledge, but you may not be the best person in marketing. And that's why it's so important that as women, we come together and we can offer these skills to each other. So I think finding support and for yourself in your home, but also for your business is critical, and also joining. Don't try and venture out on your own because it's an incredibly difficult journey to be an entrepreneur, but I think the most rewarding one.
It's definitely rewarding. And how do our viewers get hold of Inspired African Women if they want to join you?
So please go onto our website. It's inspiringafricanwomen.org. Or you can reach out to us on Instagram, and we are Inspiring African Women, IAW Africa. That's where you can find us.
Ellen Fischert, thank you for inspiring us. Ellen is from Inspired African Women. You might want to join them if you are a woman in the STEM industry, and get some tips on how you can level up and how you can definitely go to the next step, collaborate with others, and build a growing and successful business. And this is all for SME Point for this week. Remember to support small businesses in your communities. Let's make those rands and cents circulate. Nastasia has got more news for you. Goodbye from me.